it must be very difficult to just get your feet wet. And it's maybe why so many people don't actually succeed at the show for very long. But both of you, 7 years, you did your full bid. So you figured it out. But were there close calls when you didn't think you were going to make it?
Oh, for sure. Every week. No, I mean, it's kind of a combo of like excitement and terror every week. So, and that sort of doesn't go away. I mean, the terror diminishes somewhat. The excitement for me like stayed with it the whole time, but because there's always like, oh my God, Mick Jagger's dropping by. Like there's always it's such an iconic show that and you never knew like who was going to be showing up and all that. But yeah, I mean, it definitely helps once you find people that you write well with to create characters. Because there were people that came through that they were really funny and they had great characters, but if you didn't really learn or get the vibe of like how to create for that particular show, that's how it could be a little hard, I think. What do you say, Kattan?
Yeah, I think so. I think you and I had a bit of an advantage too, coming from two comic groups like Second City and Groundlings. So we had some sense of like how to create a character, and we knew what it's like to work with a group. And some Groundlings were there, and some Second City members were there already too. So they knew how to write for people like us. So we did have that advantage, so we knew what that kind of energy was like, that kind of feeling it was like to work with other people. And Saturday Night Live is obviously sketch comedy, and Second City and Groundlings is sketch group, so we did have that advantage. It wasn't like we came from stand up or we're like other Bill Hader didn't come. I don't think he came from a sketch comedy group. I'm not quite sure, maybe he did, but we did have that advantage. So it was a little bit easier for us, but still it's scary as hell. I mean, it's like so iconic, like you said. It's like it's overwhelming. And you said Mick Jagger. I remember walking by, he was like where there's like a quick change room, and he was in his underwear, and I was like, oh wow, Mick Jagger's wearing tighty whities. I didn't know that. And he's like it's like, it's really surreal to see moments like that. But yes, to answer your question, Mick Jagger does wear Fruit of the Loom underwear.
That was my question.
What's your question?
That was it.
And Rachel, you've been making appearances on the show recently.
Yeah, it was so fun. Yeah, I got to go back as Amy Klobuchar,
Yeah.
which I mean, it's so fun to be invited back from time to time because you never know when that's going to happen. But
were you pulling for a Klobuchar nomination?
I was glad I got as far as I did. We got to do that many debate sketches because I mean, I knew she wasn't doing as well in the polls, but. I'm a Klobuchar fan, so yeah.
I loved your Debbie Downer. I was like, oh, cool, Debbie Downer's back. That was pretty amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So then, like, everyone was like, there should be a Debbie. I mean, I don't mean everyone, like, the public. I mean, like, my friends were just like, it was like, it's such Debbie Downer times right now, My God. But what's so weird? Like, this is really strange about comedy. And so we just did a Debbie Downer recently. I think it was March 7th or something. And we were making, like, the joke was I come to a wedding all in my mask, and, like, that was Debbie Downer. And literally, like, 3 days after that is when everything shut down. And suddenly, like, comedy from 3 days ago, like, doesn't seem as funny anymore when, the whole city went into lockdown. So that was a surreal, very rapid change. But, yeah, Debbie Downer is, Debbie Downer is like redundant right now, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Right. It's a hat on a hat. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, hat on hat. Thank you. Yeah.
To my mind, and I've, again, watched so much SNL, but there's one sketch that sticks with me. I wouldn't say personal way, because I truly have no personal connection to it in terms of the material, but just, I don't know what it is that struck my brain in a certain way and latched on. And it's funny because it's a sketch that never actually aired, but it was on the Best of Will Ferrell DVDs that I used to watch. The Gus Chiggins Prospector.
Oh yeah, Old Prospector. Yes,
Old Prospector.
People love that sketch.
I dressed as Gus Chiggins for Halloween in college.
Oh, did you?
You're the drill instructor. I guess the problem is that too many people were laughing. That's why they couldn't air it.
I don't know if that was the reason, but yeah, everybody's laughing. And I remember Tracy got to say bitch in it. I was like, oh wow, I guess you could say bitch now. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I guess I played the straight guy, yeah, that was really funny. I actually kind of broke. I usually didn't break characters, but that one it was really hard to not break because Will was so funny in it. I know that Dratch did a lot of sketches with Will, and they did the Lovers.
Oh my God!
I think Will liked to make people break in that a lot, but Will was famous for trying to make people break. A lot of people ask me about the More Cowbell sketch, of course. And that was like where everybody broke a lot. But that sketch, he wasn't even trying to make people break, and he was making people break completely.
Yes, chickens. Oh God, just I don't know. The whole premise of that sketch was so brilliantly dumb. You know what I mean? I don't type like the Jack Handy type sketches. I don't know who wrote that one. Do you remember who wrote that one?
I think it was Adam McKay. I think it was. That's my guess.
That makes sense. Brilliant.
Isolate Night with Scott Rogowski, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern.